So in today's video, we're going to take a look at 7 of the best cases for the Galaxy A72. Now I bought all of these on Amazon, but I'll leave a link in the description with current pricing and more information on everything covered in this video. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe button. It really helps me make more videos just like this one. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first case up is by Rinky. This one is the Fusion X. It's only $13 on Amazon. This is the camo black version, but it also comes in black where it's just clear on the back. You can see the power button on this one has some really nice texture, which makes it really easy to locate. It's also nice and clicky, and you barely have to push it in order to power the phone on. Same thing with the volume buttons. You barely have to push them, and they're nice and clicky. You've got oversized cutouts on the bottom for the charging port and headphone jack. It's kind of hard to tell with the camo, but there is a nice texture to the back of it. And the TPU material around the edges. It's not super grippy, but it's pretty smooth pretty much all the way around, but it definitely helps with giving a little bit extra grip. Not only does this one look really cool on the back, it's got a nice little lip going around the cameras. And then on the top and bottom, it's got a really nice large lip to help protect the screen when you put it face down. Overall, this is just a really nice case by Rinky, especially if you're looking for a rugged style case, but it's still pretty slim. Now if you're looking for a really nice clear case, you definitely got to check out this Spigen liquid crystal. This one's only $12 on Amazon. And at first glance, this looks like any other cheap clear case. But when you're holding it, you can tell it's definitely a little bit thicker around the edges. Nice job on the power button where they put those little ridges. That's definitely a plus in my book. The volume buttons are smooth, but they do stick out quite a bit, so they're easy to locate. I don't think I've ever got a Spigen case where the power and volume buttons weren't really good, and they're usually nice and clicky, and that's definitely the case with this one. It's got a small little lip around the cameras on the back, so that's nice to see. Nice access on the bottom for the charging port and headphone jack. Another thing that I sometimes forget to mention is this one's nice and curved around the edges. It just makes it that much easier to handle. This one also has really good screen protection, pretty much all the way around. Nice thing is you can barely see the fingerprints on the back. So again, if you're looking for a clear case, you definitely got to check this one out. So the next one up is by Caseology, and this one is the Nanopop. And I gotta say, I guess I haven't used that many cases from Caseology, but yeah, as soon as I tried this one out, it's definitely one of my top 2 cases out of all these. It's only $16, so pretty affordable. And you can get 3 different colors. You've got blueberry navy, which is what we've got here. And it also comes in light violet and prune charcoal. Now obviously you're not gonna see this cool color that they use on the inside, which is sort of a shame because I really like that color, but they do give you just a little bit of that color around the cameras on the back. Now the first thing I thought when I tried this case was, this feels identical to the Thin Fit case by Spigen, but it is slightly different. For one, this one you can actually flex a little bit more on the back, where the Thin Fit is like a hard material on the back. And this one has a really cool color around the cameras and then obviously on the inside. But the rest of it is pretty much identical. You've got the really nice clicky buttons, and then it's just got some minimal branding. This one also has nice cutouts on the bottom for the charging port and headphone jack. Again, nice and clicky, and they stick out just enough so you can tell where they're located without even looking. And again, the A72 is a pretty large phone, so having it curved on the edges just makes it a little bit easier to handle. Plus, it's got a really nice lip around the cameras on the back. Now keep in mind, this is a pretty slim case, but it still has really good screen protection. So again, the Nanopop by Caseology, it's gonna be very similar to the Thin Fit by Spigen if you're familiar with that one. But I don't know, I might like this one a little bit better just because of the colors. So speaking of the Thin Fit case, that's what this one is by Spigen. And it's only $12, so a little bit cheaper than Caseology. But you only get one color with this one, which is black. Here's the main difference between this and the Nanopop by Caseology, is this one is super rigid. And it's got a hard plastic on the back versus a flexible TPU. And it does feel like you get a little bit more screen protection with this one, but it's pretty close. It looks like they're putting grooves on the power and volume buttons, but they're pretty much identical to the Caseology one. In case you couldn't tell from the last case, this Thin Fit case is gonna be my favorite out of all these. Probably because it's the same case as my Galaxy S21 Plus. Now obviously the A72 is a little bit thicker than the S21 Plus, and it's a little bit taller. Nice oversized cutouts on the bottom for the headphone jack and charging port. So yeah, if you're wondering which two cases are my favorite out of all these, it's definitely gonna be these two. Next one up is the Tudia Merge case. This one's currently 13 bucks on Amazon, and you got 4 different colors to choose from. Rose gold, metallic slate is what we have here, matte black, and then blue. Now this one is military grade drop tested. You can see this one is a hybrid case where it's got a hard plastic on the back, and then a softer TPU material where the phone snaps into. Volume and power buttons are covered by the TPU material. Maybe just a little bit spongier than on the Spigen or Caseology. This one's got nice lip protection around the screen. Definitely a little bit more rounded than some of the other cases so far. Nice protection for the cameras on the back. I know sometimes when you have a hard plastic on the back, it can be a little bit slippery. Good thing is they added these little ridges on each side, so it definitely gives you a better grip. So you don't have to worry about this one going anywhere. Nothing on the top except the microphone. The only thing I don't like about this case is pretty much how it looks. I know some people just want a rugged case that's really gonna protect it from dropping, but I don't know, I just feel like they could change it up a little bit on the bag just to make it look better. But if you're just looking for a rugged case that's still a pretty slim profile, you definitely want to check this one out. Next one up is the Tough Armor case by Spigen, and this one comes in black or metal slate. It's currently 17 bucks on Amazon. So again, this one's gonna be a little more rugged, sort of like the Tudia Merge case, where it's got a hard plastic shell on the back. One difference is you got a built-in metal kickstand. Pretty similar lip protection there on the front as the Tudia case. Again, nice oversized cutouts on the bottom, just like the other Spigen cases. Now here's where Spigen is beating out Tudia. The power button is just 10 times better. It's got the ridges on it and you barely have to push it to use it. Volume buttons on this one are really nice as well. Now the style of this one's actually pretty similar to Tudia, but in my opinion, I kind of like the more simple design on Spigen and the fact that it sort of blends in a little bit better, but obviously that's going to be personal preference. I think if you're looking for a rugged case or medium protection, you definitely got to check this one out. Now the last one up is the Rugged Armor case by Spigen, and this one's only 13 bucks on Amazon. Now this one is just a simple TPU case, pretty flexible design. This one's got a nice matte finish there on the back, and then carbon fiber on the top and bottom. You get ridges on the power button, but then you also get ridges on both sides of the phone. That's just gonna give you extra grip. And of course, power and volume buttons work really good on this one as well. Plus they're nice and clicky, somewhat similar to the Caseology. You get a nice lip on the back to protect the cameras. Really nice oversized cutouts for the charging port and headphone jack. And again, pretty minimal branding, which is pretty typical with Spigen. And of course with that matte texture on the back, you don't have to worry about getting fingerprints on this one. And even though this is a pretty thin case, you still get a nice lip around the screen, so you're not gonna have to worry about putting it face down. So overall, just a really nice lightweight case by Spigen.
So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.